for them. Italy, of course, losing 24-14 to Uganda, 24-17 to Germany. 2 narrow games. They then beat Paraguay 45-15 and defeated Colombia. Here's your teams for the next one then. Mexico up against Portugal. Mexico decided to finish third in their group, so would probably start this one as the favourites. They have already got a win under their belt yesterday. They lost 45-0 to the host Chile, and then were defeated in a much narrower contest, 24-15 by Zimbabwe. Mexico did eventually get their win in the third game of the day, defeating Brazil 19-10, but it was too late by that point to reach the quarterfinals proper as such, leading them into this, the 9th place quarterfinal. So the 2 teams out will be Mexico versus Portugal very shortly. Referee is Iman Schneider. This is his 3rd match of the tournament. Referee's working on rotations, are doing 2 games at a time and no more because it's very hot out there under the warm Pacific sun. Mexico have got a really good local support in here who are already making themselves heard, and that's just what we want, bringing the atmosphere and the supporters and the joy of rugby to this ground. Portugal get us underway. Good hands early on. Captain Alejandro Chavez gets his first touch. Instead, here come Portugal on the breakout, and Portugal will score. Lovely combination work from Nobre and Prazeres. And then Prazeres getting the assist, unselfishly and rightly handing it over. Francisco Nobre puts Portugal in front. Inside the first minute. Conversion just wide from João Palhava Silva. Couldn't have asked for much better than that, Portugal. Turning the ball over inside the Mexican 22. Have initially been some very decent hands from the Mexicans.
Backwards play on. Tackle release.
And now here come Mexico again on the back foot, and it's Portugal who've scored twice in 2 minutes. Well, they didn't win a game yesterday, but they've burst into life today. It's a second try. This one for Francisco Nobre. Francisco Nobre dots down twice in a matter of minutes.
No conversion.
Well, there you go. Taking too long over the conversion and punished for it. You only get 40 seconds. So we stay at 10-0. Restart hung up.
Off by Green, play on. Stand up to play the ball.
And we'll come back for the knock-on.
You have to play in the mark, go behind. Stand up to play the ball.
Well, Mexico have got to find their feet in this game. Haven't really had the ball outside of their own 22. Taken in by the man who's already scored 2 tries, Nobre. Good confident hands, cheeky chip in behind. Eventually gathered and surely will score. Duarte Moreira, the captain, deemed to be held up. Just can't quite power his way through them. Did really, really well to gather that. And defending from Eric Castillo was as good, if not better, to sort of find a way to get the ball carrier to flump on top of him, meaning that he didn't score the try.
Fine.
Very, very smart defending. Assuming that is what he meant, which it certainly looks like it was.
Yeah, now you pick the ball.
Portugal pushing for a third try already.
Advantage.
Totally missed though by João Silva. And finally Mexico have got some good go-forward ball.
Now play on, play on.
Flying up the middle, no obstruction given despite the appeals from the Portuguese. Pablo Martinez takes it in. And now wide they go.
Guerrero.
Stopped well by Nobre. He's already scored 2 tries, but then no clear release from Francisco Nobre after making the tackle. It's often something you see players do, trying to hold the opposition up by a couple more seconds, but it is risky in terms of conceding the penalty. Too many of them, and yellow cards start coming out. It's not what you want.
Let's go.
Portugal so far in this tournament, losing 26-12 to Tonga.
Crouch.
Losing 40-0 against Japan, the experienced 7 side, putting Portugal away very comfortably. And then they lost 39-7 against Uruguay in their 3rd and final match. Not making any significant headway in Pool A. They're doing very well in this 9th place quarter-final. It will be something of a surprise win. Mexico had the stronger day yesterday. That is the beauty of the unpredictability of Sevens rugby. And now here they come again on the breakout, Portugal. The offload to the wrong colour jersey. And the offload could turn out to be a try assist. Inadvertently, Franco Guerrero gets it away. And good hands, Pablo Martinez to score. And that's got the passionate Mexican fans here finally into full voice. 10-5. They've been heavily on the back foot. They almost were 15-0 down when Portugal were pressing for a 3rd try. And an interception ultimately brought us to this end of the pitch. Now the gap could be just 3 points. Pablo Martinez with an easy enough finish. The hard work had been done already, in truth. You've got to be there to score them, and that he was.
Mira su tiempo.
That is a messy restart. Of course, it has to go 10 metres forward. And that it certainly did not. You didn't need an optician to spot that one. Half-time hoot has gone. Portugal will get this opportunity first. Franco Guerrero has a scan and then goes himself.
Advantage, offside 12.
Switch play from Cabral. Portugal got the advantage here.
Advantage over for the offside.
Nobre, who's already scored a couple of tries. Right in foul. It's another penalty. They've got to be careful here, Mexico. Too many more and there will be a card coming out. Remember that the winner of this match will play the winner of Jamaica versus Paraguay, which is coming up next. Continue their progression in the 9th place tournament. And Portugal right now are well placed to do that. They've scored yet again to round off a very good first half for the Portuguese. Bundling over in the corner, Duarte Moreira, the captain. And it is 15-5.
15 seconds left. Mexico, you have to move. No, wait. You have 15 seconds left. No time back on.
João Silva over this conversion for 2. Skews it wide. Well, they're down, but they're by no means out of this, Mexico. They've managed to grab a try despite being on the back foot for pretty much the entire 7 minutes. And that last play during which Portugal scored. It is 15-5 at the half-time break. So a pair of tries from Francisco Nobre and Duarte Moreira scoring just before the half-time hooter. Well, half-time hooter, of course, already gone, but we were on that final play. Pablo Martinez did grab one back for Mexico. 3 conversions missed by Portugal, which could come back to haunt them later on. That was a try from Pablo Martinez. Really important because it just gave Mexico something to show for their first half efforts, when in truth they were second best for a lot of it. Quite a rallying cry from the Mexico head coach, trying to inspire the troops. Simon Pierre doing the talking. Meanwhile, in the Portugal huddle, it was Leonardo Trigoso giving his instructions. Portugal will want, broadly speaking, more of the same. Could have had even more tries than the 3 that they did manage to score. Such was their dominance.
Backwards play on.
Portugal looking for a fast start to this second half. Coming back for the advantage after the carry forward by Jose Santos. Very hot and humid conditions here under the warm Pacific sun. The high-tempo Rugby Sevens action throughout 21 matches today. This is the 3rd of those 21. I'll be with you for the first 6 of them before passing on to my equally, if not more so, capable colleagues. Ruden Fall. Good offload from him. Up on to Silva. Silva forward, Silva allowed to keep running. He might go through in the corner, you know. He will go through in the corner. Good pace and acceleration from João Silva. João Silva extends that advantage. Very difficult conversion. But they'll take the 5 points. Just wide. Wasn't a bad effort from Silva. Trying to convert his own try. Of course, close kick's not something you see in Rugby Sevens. Much faster paced form of the game than 15-man version. This is plenty of rugby to get your teeth into, whether you like your 7s or your 15s at the moment, across the world. Most notably with 15s, the ongoing Six Nations, where round 3 of 5 is next weekend.
But you didn't avoid it, so it's scrum. Time off.
Portugal will get the set piece. Of course, next weekend as well, when it comes to World Rugby Sevens Challenger Series, there is a pair of exciting high-tempo games high-tempo days of games, I should say, in Montevideo and Uruguay. Kicking off with a pair of weekends in South America. This one in Chile, next weekend in Uruguay. Exciting new competition to boost Rugby Sevens development worldwide. Really help with regular exposure and meaningful competition. Teams below that so-called top 16 to keep developing and improving.
Crouch.
Bit of technical adjustments from our referee Damien Schneider with the scrum.
Set. Put the ball in.
Bit of a messy scrum from Portugal, but it was good enough for them. Jose Santos. Freedom foul. Oh, and that's given away by Prazeres. Pablo Martinez, not really the person you want on the charge down. It was a fantastic interception, but it's without any disrespect to the big man, where you probably want your winger rather than your forward. Martinez, 14 stone and 6'1". Couldn't find a teammate. Good closing down by João Silva to catch him up.
Perdón, ¿me puede decir el número que sale y el equipo, por favor? ¿Y el equipo? 5 Portugal. Y number 8 Portugal also. Bien. So you stay. Ready? Time gone. Crouch. Bind. Set. Don't push him, don't push him. Extra roll, second roll.
Penalty for Mexico. They need to try quickly. And they've got to try quickly. Harry Samano crosses. And they keep themselves in this one.
Mark here. 4, mark here.
Samano crosses.
Time off.
And that was an important score.
Move.
Really important score.
Tenés 15 segundos te quedan, Time gone.
And the kick. Well, it wasn't a bad one. Not a million miles off, which, given it was right on the touchline, is no mean feat. And it is Portugal 20, Mexico 10. I'll make it. Our scoreboard says 2012. Harry Samano with his 4th try in this tournament. That's kept popping up for Mexico, more so than anybody else.
Fair competition, fair competition.
And I hope at the very least for some encouraging signs that they can take into next weekend in Uruguay. Portugal right now on course for their first ever World Rugby Sevens Challenger Series win. This brand new comp, having lost all 3 games yesterday. Giving a real run for their money. Offload from Prazeres.
Tiger roll first.
Taken by Prazeres. And they were nowhere near 10, so rightly another penalty call.
Not 10, you, number 9.
And it will be a card.
You go.
And they can have few complaints because that's 3 penalties I'll make it in a period of about 30 seconds. 2 of them repeatedly for not being 10.
Not running away, and not 10.
And particularly in Rugby Sevens, a yellow card is a death wish. 2 minutes where you're a man down, and of course, when it's 7 versus 6, the difference is so much more protracted and notable than if it's 15 versus 14. There will be gaps. Portugal have just got to find them, and they've managed to do so. Moreira goes over for his 2nd, and with that, secures the game.
Mexico.
Oh, I think he's got it, you know. Maybe not. Looked to me like João Silva had managed to slot that. Not quite. course, he's got here because Mexico finished third in Pool D behind Chile and Zimbabwe. It beat Brazil, who finished bottom. And of course, we saw lose to Uruguay earlier on. Portugal finished bottom of Pool A, losing to Japan, Tonga and Uruguay.
You're not in the ball.
That's it. Portugal will get the victory regardless of what happens from here. Pair of tries from Francisco Nobre and then 2 as well from the captain Duarte Moreira have made the difference.
Enter on the tackle.
So regardless of what happens now, we can say safely that it will be Portugal as the winners of this match. We will face the winners of Jamaica-Paraguay next up in the semi-finals of the playoff for 9th place. Meanwhile, Mexico will face the losers of Jamaica versus Paraguay. That match will be match number 34 in the schedule. This match is number 27. Can be quite hard to keep up with. Next up will be match number 28, Jamaica versus Paraguay. But for now, we are in the last play. Portugal nicked themselves another try. Scoreboard probably is pretty fair on the balance of play. But Moreira's crossed and Moreira will get his hat-trick. A lovely moment for the Portuguese captain. A lovely moment for the Portuguese team. They're the comfortable and deserved winners of this contest. And Duarte Moreira, the big man, the captain, an absolute unit. Not someone you want to run into and not someone you want to try and stop running with the ball either. Seals it. Portugal take this one then 30-10. They'll face the winner of Jamaica and Paraguay in the ongoing playoff for 9th place. Mexico will head into the contest to see who will ultimately finish 13th at Sausalito Stadium. The 3rd match of the 21 across today finishes in a very comfortable win. Duarte Moreira, rightly so, the player of the match. A very good day of it. 3 tries for him. That made all of the difference. 5 tries for Portugal, just 2 for Mexico. So that confirms that. Mexico, the comfortable winners. Rightly so. And much the better of the game. Portugal, I should say, pardon me. Mexico a bit off colour.